Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a brand new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I have such a big and special announcement. I'm going to be hosting for the first time ever a 90-minute webinar all about how you can attract more wealth, freedom, happiness, and also manifest your dream life. So if you've been wanting to call in more abundance and more wealth, and you've been wanting to increase the level of abundance in your life, this is going to literally be the webinar for you. And beyond just wealth and abundance, I'm going to be teaching you how to attract your dream life and how to get in alignment with happiness and with joy. This is going to be such a powerful webinar where I go beyond just teaching you tools and things like this. I'm also going to be giving you an energetic activation, because your energy is what particularly creates your reality, because your energy determines how you show up in the world. It determines how you think, how you feel, and how you act. And when you shift your energy, you shift the way you show up, and therefore you shift the results that you're getting. And when your energy is in alignment with what you desire, the things that you desire manifest with ease and on autopilot, because it's a natural byproduct of who you're being. So I cannot wait for this webinar. I'm going to be teaching you things about manifesting that I've never even talked about on YouTube before, because they require a little bit more in-depth explanation behind them, which is why I added them into this webinar. All the information is down below, along with the date and time, as well as the link to sign up for this webinar. And I cannot wait to see you inside of it. It is going to be so potent and so powerful, and I cannot wait to walk you through this really deep activation. These are things I've done in my life to create my own abundance and to manifest my dream life. So I'm so excited to share these different tools and secrets with you, along with this energetic activation. All the information again is down below, along with the date and time. So I cannot wait to see you inside. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. And welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a brand new pick a card reading, and this one is all about what you can expect, the surprises that you can expect actually coming your way in 2026. So if you're curious what you can expect, the good surprises that are going to happen throughout this next year, then you came to the right place. The way that this video works is I have 4 different groups in front of me, and you're going to use your intuition to choose one of these 4 different groups. A couple different ways that you can tap into your intuition is either by visually looking at the groups. Perhaps there's one that just stands out unexplainably amongst the rest, and that of course is your intuition. So you'd go ahead and tune into that group, which there's timestamps linked down below so you can skip right ahead to your personal reading. Another way that you can tap into your intuition is you can take your hand and you can just gently hold it over each of the piles, just sort of sensing what you feel in that group. And then perhaps again, there's going to be one that just unexplainably stands out amongst the rest. And of course, that is your intuition. So that would be your group. If your intuition calls you towards multiple groups, that just means that there's multiple messages for you in today's video. So you go ahead and tune into all of those. But most of the time, your intuition is going to call you towards one of them. So that is how this video works. I cannot wait to get into it. I know some of you like to also choose via the crystals and you like to see a close-up of them. So if that is you, over on group number 1, we have this very beautiful rose quartz crystal. So if you find yourself drawn to this rose quartz, then group number 1 is going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have this really beautiful piece of citrine. So if you find yourself drawn to the citrine crystal, then group number 2 is going to be for you. And then over on group 3, we have this opalite crystal. So if you find yourself drawn to the opalite, then group 3 is going to be for you. Then over on group number 4, we have this really beautiful fluorite wand. And so if you're drawn to that one, group number 4 is going to be for you. So those are all of the different group options for today's video. Of course, you can pause the video to take all the time in the world that you need to find out which pile you feel the most called towards. Then there's timestamps linked down below as always. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's reading. All right, my group 1s, if you chose this pile, let's go ahead and dive into your surprises in 2026. Okay. Okay, so my group ones, your surprises that you can expect in 2026. Let's see what kind of surprises are coming your way this year. So we have the devil showing up in the reversed position. I'm holding it upright right now, but it came out reversed. So the surprises that are coming your way, this is actually one of my favorite cards, by the way. So one of your biggest surprises is that anything that is negative or toxic or holds you back or makes you feel oppressed or even just is keeping you chained to something unhealthy is going to be falling away. Unhealthy habits, unhealthy attachments, or things that have made you feel held back or repressed, or have held you back from your inner power or your inner strength. Those things are going to be falling away this year, which is going to lead you to liberation. It's going to lead you to stepping back into your power. And in fact, seeing this for you, I am like beyond excited for what you're going to experience this year. If any of you have been stuck in negative patterns or even a toxic relationship or a job that makes you feel really oppressed or even other circumstances and situations that just take away your power, or again, even just your own internal like habits or addictions or patterns that have kept you stuck that you've really wanted to liberate from, woo, this is going to be such a big year where those things are going to transform. And it's going to transform in the highest way possible. You are literally going to be like set free this year. Okay, we also have the Six of Swords being reversed. This could be something you've tried to let go of before, but perhaps like you kept coming back to it, but it's like you're really kind of like shaking the waters this year. So the Six of Swords being reversed. This could also feel like something that in the midst of it feels like, oh no, how do I let this go? Maybe it's even going to be like a bittersweet thing, because the Six of Swords can indicate that it's bittersweet. So it could be like the ending of a negative or toxic relationship that maybe we had the hope that it was going to get better, but at the end of the day, if things aren't changing and getting better, do we really want to continue our time there? Maybe not. And so something here is ending that, you know, has held us back. And it could also be other patterns or things that you've been attached to that have held you back, that maybe you've tried to let go of before. And this could also indicate a career, right? It could indicate habits, careers, or things and aspects in our love life. It could even indicate friendships or even family, like toxic patterns or things like this. And it's something that perhaps you've tried to release before, but again, didn't seem to release. This year is going to be the big release of it. And so even if it feels shaky, Spirit is saying that this is actually going to be such a positive thing, because on the other side of it, it is going to help you release from like basically like chaos or conflict or things that have made you feel like you had to battle towards it. Like it's like the release of battles and conflicts, disagreements. And so the Five of Wands being reversed, and especially along with the Devil being reversed, this is like the release of something that has caused a lot of friction, and it will lead you to new insight. This is going to lead you to realizations about how to create less friction, and it's also going to lead you to realizations about how to sail smoothly in your life. Okay? It might feel like a bumpy, rocky road right now, and I'm definitely getting that feeling with both of these cards showing up in the reverse position. It might feel like a bumpy, rocky road right now, but it's reaching a resolution which is going to help you stabilize, and it is going to feel so much better at the end after this completion of this phase. So this is going to end up being very positive, and I feel like there's going to be a fresh energy. The energy that I get for you through 2026, especially with the Devil being reversed, is like this feeling of light coming back in your life, this feeling of clarity, this feeling of positivity and optimism and freedom. Oh, freedom is like, Spirit is like, Spirit's like, that is the word that's on the money. That is the most potent word, is this feeling of freedom and the feeling that you are liberated from something that once kind of like held you back and kept you stuck. So let's see, we also have self-love. This is also going to be a year as you release these things that have kind of like held you back or made you feel stuck. It is going to increase this level of inner self-love. And I see you just like laughing and enjoying life and feeling like this positivity has returned. And I feel like you're going to be so happy that this whole situation happened. Okay, so it might be like hard, especially if it's like either the ending of a relationship or the ending of a job that, you know, even if it wasn't that great for us, you know, it might still be, you know, a process to release it. But afterwards, I just feel like you are going to feel so liberated, and you're actually going to be looking back thinking like, this is like the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so happy that this occurred. It's also going to re-invoke hope in you. And maybe that's something that maybe you feel disconnected to right now, because especially when this whole situation kind of comes up, another energy that I'm feeling is like, maybe there was this attachment because there was a hope that things don't get better on the other side of it. But what you're going to be realizing as you release this is that there actually is so much more hope on the other side of it. And you're going to be like, wait a second, why didn't I just enter this sooner? Why didn't I go through all of this sooner? Like maybe it's a hard thing to face, but then on the other side, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so liberated. I feel so free. It's like I can breathe fresh air and all of that. And then we also have reclaim power. So the devil, the fact that it even showed up, indicates that there's something that was taking away your power. Again, it could have been a toxic relationship, a job that tended to take away your power and make you feel drained all the time. It could have been a habit that we had such a hard time giving up, and it stole away our power because it's like maybe we really wanted to give it up, but it was really hard. This is literally going to help you reclaim your power. This says willpower, inner strength, self-mastery, and healing victimhood. Okay, so this card also indicates healing victimhood, where we felt like we were bound to a circumstance. We felt like it was outside of our control. It's almost like you're calling your control back and you're saying, you know what, I can choose to leave this. I can choose to end this. I can choose to forge a brand new path without this thing and without being attached to this. And so I feel like that's going to be where your power comes back and ignites this inner fire once again. Ignites this feeling of joy, this feeling of self-love, and this feeling of hope into your life as well. So that's going to be incredibly positive. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group ones, what other surprises do we have coming your way in 2026? I'm actually seeing with this card coming out, I oddly get this feeling that there's like friendships coming into your life that are going to be so supportive. Like it's going to lead to really powerful conversations. It's going to lead to really powerful support from people that you love. And this could even be new friends that are coming in. But I just get this feeling like you're going to be on such a different wavelength, especially by the end of the year. And I'm also getting like during the summer, like the summer is also going to be something that's really powerful for you, just forging this new path and getting into this positive mindset. I see you going out in nature more. I'm almost seeing like a trip that you're going to plan, and where you're out in nature and you're going to just feel so alive, and you're going to think like, wow, I'm actually so happy that everything turned out the way that it did. Okay, we also have the Sun card that came up for you. The Sun card is such a positive card. It talks about you stepping into your confidence, into your radiance. It also talks about you being able to shine your light unapologetically, to really be yourself. The Sun also talks about happiness and joy, and it can also talk about feeling abundant, the feeling of abundance, and it can talk about physical, material abundance as well. So I feel like as you get into this like happiness, it's going to lead to you kind of radiating more joy, and because of that, I feel like some really positive synchronicities are going to come from this new mood that you're about to get into, and this new feeling. Like I feel like you're going to be brighter, you're going to feel brighter, but then it's going to lead to these synchronicities where it's like you meet the right person at the right time, and then all of a sudden it's going to lead to synchronicities where you're in the right place at the right time, and then all of a sudden more abundant things kind of come your way, and you're going to look back and think, wow, if only I knew that releasing that toxic thing was gonna lead me to so much synchronicity, so much abundance, and so much happiness. It's like, wow, I would have done that way sooner. It's sort of like you're removing the dark clouds. And this is gonna be what really evokes like brand new hope. Okay, we also have divine wisdom showing up. You're gonna learn so much from this to the point where things that are confusing you right now and things that might make you feel even stuck right now and chained to whatever this thing is, you're gonna be learning so much on the other side of it to where it's like, whoa, now I see what the real problem was. I see that things are so much better on this side, and you're gonna have whole new insight to where it's like the pain turns to healing, and then the healing turns to wisdom. You're gonna look at the situation entirely differently on the other side. I also feel like taking out these cards as well. So let's see what else we get here. My group ones, other surprises. I feel like that card really wants to come out. Is this not like the Six of Swords, which literally has a boat on it, and then this one has a boat too? I actually see you traveling somewhere, my love. I see you going on like trips, or perhaps this could even be moving for some of you. Some of you might even be moving somewhere new. If you're not moving, you're gonna go on a very significant like travel or trip, or even like road trip where you kind of just get away for a little while. But for some of you, I'm actually even seeing like perhaps like a spontaneous move. And this card is all about going with the flow, and look at how like happy she is out in nature. I feel like you're gonna go somewhere where there's like a river or some sort of like, you know, when the mountains like start melting their glaciers in the snow, and then there's like these beautiful like rivers and hikes and things. I don't know why I keep seeing that specifically, but it could be different for each of you, but for some reason I keep seeing that, and for some reason I'm seeing like just like mountains, and it could be the combination of these two cards that I'm just like kind of piecing together. But that's something that is really standing out to me, so I feel like there's a significant message for you in there, and I feel like it's very relevant, because that imagery is especially standing out here. Let's see what else we get for you. We also have the wildling. So I feel like you're gonna feel so free. You're literally going to feel so free, like a freedom that you haven't felt in a long time. And it's gonna lead you to doing spontaneous things, perhaps even a spontaneous revamp of who you are. We also have warrior. Your inner strength is gonna come out. We have self-love coming out. We had self-love over here too. And we also have the explorer. Okay, yeah, so more confirmation that there's like, you might even change up your style a little bit, and then the explorer as well. I'm definitely seeing you going on some sort of trip or vacation. With that being said, let's dive into any last information for you for 2026. So we have Neptune in Pisces in the first house. Wow. First house is all about self-image, who you are, how you see yourself. Neptune is the planet of like dreaming and creativity, and especially being in Pisces. So I feel like you're gonna be dreaming up an entirely new you and inventing an entirely new you based on everything that you are shifting and going through. So that is what we have here, and thank you so much for joining me here. I'm sending you all so much love. Be sure to join the webinar with the link down below, especially if you wanna join me there for the abundance webinar, and I cannot wait to see you there. And until next time, bye. All right, my group number twos, if you chose this pile, then let's go ahead and dive into your reading all about your surprises in 2026. Okay, so your good news surprises. Oh, my group twos, we have the card of love coming out. Oh my goodness, so if you're single, love is going to be entering your life. But love, no matter if you're single or not, the love life card, or the love card, talks about that love is going to be a significant positive surprise this year. If some of you are in a relationship, that relationship is going to be going to the next level. If you are already at the highest level of your relationship, then this would be an expansion of love and a love life that is just on fire and is just such a, big focus of 2026. So things going on in the realm of evoking more love in your life is the top biggest surprise coming your way in 2026. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. A little bit more information on other things that are coming into your life that you can expect. But yes, if you're single, there is going to be somebody that you fall in love with this year. And if you're already in a relationship, your love life is going to the next level, whether that be engagement or marriage, moving in together, becoming official, or even expanding your love life through either like a baby or your love life just being on fire, doing things with your significant other that are so much fun, doing all kinds of things like that. So other positive things that are coming your way. There's going to be a lot less distractions. So Queen of Swords being reversed as well. In the realm of communication, if communication has ever felt off before, or even if your mindset has felt off, things that you used to doubt or worry about, you're going to be gaining clarity on a lot of those things in 2026 to where it's going to leave your mind. You're not going to have to worry about it anymore. If you've noticed that your mind tends to be distracted or that you have had distractions, mental distractions, those are also going to be clearing away this year. We also have Page of Swords being reversed. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Anything that has been confusing, or even this can talk about drama or conflict or disagreements or things like that. This would also be indicating that that is going to clear up, especially because this is, of course, the topic of good news surprises that's coming your way. So, sometimes when these cards are reversed, they can talk about more of those things coming up. But since we're talking about the good news, Spirit wants to say the things that you're perhaps currently going through or currently dealing with that are in the realm of like drama or misunderstandings or conflict, or even negative thinking or distractions, these are all things that are going to be transmuted back into love. So there's going to be the healing of conflicts, healing of drama. So if you've been caught in any drama lately, or if you just feel like there's been miscommunications or things like this, or even this can talk about disappointments coming through. So if you've had any disappointments in your love life or anything like that, that is also going to be transformed this year in 2026. And one of your greatest surprises is that love is going to be, again, a major focus. I'm seeing like forgiveness. I'm seeing like learning more about communication and how to create clarity, how to create forgiveness, how to create understanding. So that's all going to be really beautiful there. And let's go ahead and see what else we get for your surprises in 2026. Your good news surprises, my loves. So we also have cleanse and release. So you're going to feel like you've completely released whatever mentally was worrying you before, or even releasing past conflicts, past misunderstandings. This is going to allow you to release that. So 2026 is going to be a massive release, which is going to be amazing. I'm also seeing you feeling kind of like renewed. There's something where it's like your energy feels renewed as well. It could also be like a negative mindset or fears or doubts that you might have had. There's going to be this total release where you feel very cleansed of all those things that kind of made you feel foggy and all of that. We also have the card of raise vibration. I love that this card came up. This is also a year where you're going to feel like joy is a big prominent focus. You're going to feel more like alive this year. And there's going to be things that help you feel more like higher energy, where you have more energy, you have more motivation. There's more moments of like laughing and smiling, things that make you feel like you're on cloud nine. Like the fact that she's on this cloud over here makes me feel like you're gonna have good news to share, where it kind of feels like you're on cloud nine, news that you're so excited to talk about, so excited to tell other people about. And this could be, again, in the realm of like a significant other coming in your life, or moving in together, or getting engaged, or getting married, or announcing a pregnancy, or again, like doing something with your significant other where it's like, oh my gosh, we're traveling, we're doing all these things. It's like really evoking this deep sense of love in your life and deep sense of connection. So I definitely see you like doing things with your significant other that are really fun and really exciting. We also have adaptability coming through. This is also going to be a year where there's less rigidness. And I feel like you are going to be trying new things, which are also going to be one of the surprises coming in, is that, and I feel like it has to do with your partner actually. We have this nice green heart chakra energy coming through. And so I feel like these cards are connected, but this adaptability energy, especially along with this love energy, makes me feel like your significant other is going to be introducing you to hobbies or things that maybe you didn't really try before or haven't really done before. And it's sort of like you're trying these new things and it's going to be really fun. I feel like it's going to be fun for you and it's going to be this expansive kind of energy. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here. My group twos. Let's see. So we also have alliance coming through. So actually, I feel like this has to deal with, if any of you have been dealing with like drama from other people. An interesting thing that's going to happen this year is that you're going to create an alliance with some of those people. Like there's going to be this forgiveness and this understanding. So people that maybe you didn't get along with before, this could be people that you maybe work with, or this could even be like gaining closure over something that has ended in your past. And then all of a sudden kind of like, you know, this forgiveness comes through. This could also be family members that maybe there's been conflict with. This is going to be creating like a stronger, sturdier foundation. The alliance card is like, it's like really creating a tight bond. And I get this feeling like, especially with these two reversal cards, that it's going to be an alliance that births through having clear communication and evening things out with maybe somebody who you've had a misunderstanding with in the past. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm excited to see how that plays out for you. And let's go ahead and see what else we get. I definitely see like a more positive energy evoking because of this alliance. And let's see what else we have. My loves. Let's see. My group twos. More surprises for your year of 2026. We also have Speak Your Mind. And why, when I first looked at this card, did it look like these two were like doing vows together? So I'm definitely seeing like a deeper partnership between you and somebody else. And so I definitely feel like your love life is going to the next level, but also the Speak Your Mind card, you are learning so much more about communication. And this actually piggybacks off of these two cards here. If you ever used to hold your words in, if there was like a fear of speaking your emotions or your thoughts or your true feelings that you've had inside, this is also a year where one of your biggest gifts is going to be learning how to fully speak your mind. How to no longer fear what's truly on your mind and heart. And I feel like it's going to make you more magnetic and more attractive. And this could be another reason why your love life is so significant and why it's raising in its vibration, is because you're learning how to really speak your mind and no longer hold yourself back out of fear of rejection or fear of disappointing somebody else or fear of hurting somebody else. There's sort of just this realization that it's so important and liberating to speak your truth. And this could be another reason why we have Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords and Page of Swords being reversed, because both of them talk about communication. And when they're reversed, it could be where we've held back our communication. But this year is the shift of that. It's like learning how to really communicate with love, but fully communicating what's on your heart and mind, which leads to a more balanced love life. So, that's going to be really beautiful, and it's going to lead to thriving relationships, and it's also going to lead to the transformation of, again, any relationships that had misunderstandings, and it's going to create forgiveness and alliances. So let's see, any last information? We have Venus, of course, the planet of love, beauty, and money showing up for you in Aquarius in the first house. So the first house is all about you. So you're also learning how to really love yourself, for one. And I also feel like you're going through a reinvention because Aquarius brings this reinvention energy. So for you, you're reinventing yourself in a way where you are having and creating and cultivating more self-love, the feeling of inner worthiness. And through that, I feel like this is also what's elevating your entire love life, because when we learned how to love ourselves more, that literally translates to our love life and how others love us as well. So there's going to be big transformations there with that. You're going to go through an amazing journey of also learning how to like speak what's on your heart and mind, which is also going to elevate things. And there's going to be some big things to celebrate in your love life this year, my group number 2s. Some really, really big things and really good news that I feel like you're going to be so excited to share. It's going to be really beautiful and positive, my love. So thank you so much for joining me here for today's video, my beautiful group number 2s. I'm sending you all so much love. And definitely be sure to join the Abundance webinar by clicking the link down below, especially if you want to learn how to attract more wealth, more freedom, and more happiness in your life. I cannot wait to see you there. And until next time, bye. Okay, my group 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your surprises in 2026. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, my group 3s, what are the surprises that you can expect in 2026? So let's see what we have for you. We have the full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. Libra is associated with speaking our truth, with balance, with justice, and it's also associated with love and flirtation and balance within love. So a win-win outcome is forecast. There is something going on either in your love life where there's like a win-win outcome here, or this could have something to deal with anything like legal, because Libra is also associated with like legal matters. There's a win-win outcome forecast. This could deal with paperwork. There's something really positive here going on with paperwork. And then also it's the scales of balance. So this could also talk about, you know, our income versus our savings versus our expenses, not expensive. Anyway, win-win outcome is forecast there. We're going to get some more information on what that is. And then we also have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So gaining answers, finally closing something that was once left wide open. So it's like, okay, an ending of something that perhaps needed to be ended, or we're waiting to hear back on something. There is a conclusion that is within reach this year. So let's go ahead and dive into some more cards to get some more information on exactly what these surprises are. And by the way, these are all on the topic of good news surprises. So let's see what this good news surprise is all about. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Full moons are also about closing out old chapters as well, by the way. So if you're kind of ready to close out something in your life, if you're ready to end something in your life, to get to the finish line of something, this could be like graduating. This could be like ending a certain job because you're making way for your dream job. This could be the ending of a relationship that's just no longer working out. However, if that's the case, for you, it's actually going to be a very happy conclusion, and it's going to lead to more happiness. But this is definitely the closing out or the ending of an old chapter. This could be like moving from a place that you've been at, and it's like the ending of that chapter. It's like, woo, one chapter is ending here, and another one is beginning. So let's go ahead and see more information on what this ending is, and more about the win-win forecast that is happening because of this conclusion. So we have the Wheel of Fortune showing up. We have the Fool. Wow, 2 major arcana cards. And then the 8 of Cups. Wow, yeah, something is absolutely ending because the 8 of Cups is showing up as well. And then the Fool talks about a new beginning. I actually feel like some of you guys are moving, interestingly enough, because when I look at this 8 of Cups, I'm getting that there's a move. feel like you're moving somewhere to like a new city. This Eight of Cups is making me feel like new city energy. However, for some of you, this could also indicate like graduating or something like this, or something along the lines of that. However, the Eight of Cups is usually when we're ready to leave something behind because it's no longer fulfilling to us, right? And so usually this would be more associated with ending a job or moving to a new city, or it could even be the ending of a relationship. However, this is all about good news, right? So this would be a very positive ending, one that liberates us and sets us free. We also have the Fool. You know, I'm actually getting mostly that this is not about your love life. I'm getting mostly, for most of you, that this is like the ending of an old job or moving somewhere. That is like the main energies that I'm getting. So this is like a conclusion, and there's a win-win outcome forecast, meaning that all the workings that are underneath this move and this shift is like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is the perfect timing. This is the perfect thing. And it's like exciting to move in that direction. And it's leaving something unfulfilling behind. So it's something that you're not even fulfilled with anyway, that you're leaving behind in 2026, that's gonna lead you to something that is so much greater and feels so much more in alignment for you. And it's gonna lead to this new beginning. And the Fool talks about something we've never done before. So if you're moving to a new city, you're moving to a city that you've never lived in before. If you're starting a new job and leaving an old one, you're starting a job that you've never worked in before. It's a brand new beginning. It is a brand new phase. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of like all of the pieces of the puzzle are moving you in this new direction. And when the Wheel of Fortune's upright, we feel like fortune and luck is on our side. We feel like all of a sudden we're on this upwards spin where things are really moving in our favor. Because the Wheel of Fortune, it spins in two directions, right? As the wheel spins, there's the upwards motion, then there's also the downwards motion. And I'm getting the sense that if you have been in a little bit of a downwards motion lately, where it kind of feels like there's a lot of endings, where it feels like certain things are falling out of your life, or certain things you're outgrowing, or things are shifting and falling away and things like that. You're about to go on the spin of the wheel where it starts going upwards, where it's like, oh, all of a sudden we landed the opportunity for the perfect home and now we're moving towards that. Or it's kind of like, I landed the opportunity for my dream job, or my business is starting to take off and therefore I can leave behind my 9-to-5. You know, it's things like this. The Wheel of Fortune, it feels like fortune is on your side, and it feels like things, luck and synchronicities are kind of pouring in, but the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that it's not luck. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us it's because of everything that we've done to be spinning this wheel, you know, all the things that we're releasing and letting go of. Naturally, we move into the stage and the phase where things are pouring in rather than pouring out. And so that's going to be another shift that is going to be happening. And the Wheel of Fortune can also indicate that there's like fortunes that we are reaching. So this could be like an increase in your pay, an increase in the money that you're making. This could be like feeling like fortune is on your side, where it's sort of like this year there's going to be people that really think like, wow, you're really lucky. Like, how did you land that? Or how did you get that deal? So the fortune would indicate, like, let's say that you are, you know, about to move to a new city, and then you find a house that's for sale for like a really good deal. And then all of a sudden you're the one that ends up getting it for a really good deal. That's like the Wheel of Fortune. It brings us those fortunate moments where it just feels like, oh my God, that I feel so lucky right now. However, it's not necessarily luck. It's actually just because you're in total alignment, and that's what's quite literally meant for you. So there's things like this that are going to be happening in 2026 for you. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. Those cards wanted to come out, so let's see what they are. We have mindset coming out. There's going to be a whole new mindset shift happening in 2026 where you feel really open. Like, this energy of this card is making me feel like there's a very open mindset. There's this feeling of like freedom and liberation. We also have reclaim your body. I also feel like you're going to be feeling, if you're putting effort towards like eating healthy or doing things that are really healthy and nourishing to your body, it's going to be really paying off in 2026, and you're going to be really proud of your progress. You're also going to feel more yourself in 2026, where you are really like excited to be you. I also feel like you are looking in the mirror being like, you know what, I really love myself. And it's like you're seeing progress in something. So whether you're, eating healthy or working out or even just taking care of your skin really, really well or something like this, you're going to be looking in the mirror being really proud of your progress. Maybe some of you are like growing out your hair or doing skincare, doing something for yourself. The progress that you're going to make in 2026, you're going to be very, very proud of it. And you're going to see yourself in a whole new way. And let's see what else we get here. My group 3s, all about your 2026 surprises. I feel like that card wants to come out. So we have focus. There's going to be something exciting that you're going to be focused on. This could be like the creation of something or like an exciting project that kind of, takes a lot of your focus. But I feel like you're focusing on things that are more positive and more uplifting and more exciting in 2026 as well, especially since we have the mindset card and focus coming out. This is going to be a productive year of getting things done. And the things that you focus on this year are going to amplify. And I mean, anything that you focus on amplifies. But this year, I feel like you're going to make a lot of progress on the things that you really focus on. We also have salvation. It's going to really feel like you're on the come up this year, where things are really on your side. It's kind of like you are winning battles and like there's like positive justice, especially because we have Libra too with salvation coming out. There's like positive justice that's happening this year, or it's like your work is really paying off. That's the sort of energy that I'm receiving here. So with that being said, let's dive into our Astro Dice to get any last information about the surprises in 2026. So we have the moon in Taurus in the 6th house. The 6th house is actually the house of wellness, your routine, and your work. It can also be the house of your environment as well. So there is actually some big shifts here and a big focus around your well-being, your schedule and your routine, as well as your environment and your body. Your body is very connected to the 6th house because it's the house of health and wellness. So the things that you're doing for your health and wellness, you're going to be really proud of your progress. If you're working out or doing things like that, I feel like you're going to see shifts and changes in your body that you're going to be very proud of. This could also talk about finding a diet that really works for you, something that makes you feel really good in your body. Also, with schedules and routines, you're going to be able to have a bit more of an intuitive schedule and routine this year, meaning I feel like there's going to be less of a very strict routine, and there's going to be more of a fluid routine that goes based on your emotions and your feelings this year. So perhaps within your work life, perhaps there's going to be a shift in your schedule or a shift in your work life to where you gain a little bit more freedom of your schedule and of your time. And there could also be a shift in your environment that makes your emotional well-being so much happier, because the moon talks about your emotions, and then Taurus is like solidifying more comfort. And it is more like stability as well. There's more stability, but it's more of a stability that comes from our intuition and through our emotions. Like our emotional well-being is creating a more solid foundation in our health and wellness, and also within our work and our schedule. So my love, that is what we have here for you, all about the surprises coming your way in 2026. I am so excited for you, and I'm sending you so much love. I cannot wait to see what 2026 brings for you. And until next time, bye. All right, my group 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about those good news surprises that are coming your way in 2026. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. What are the good news surprises coming your way, my group 4. So we have cleansing of smoke showing up for you. So this card would talk about gaining clarity over things that currently feel either confusing or things where it just feels like there's a lack of clarity on something. That's going to be cleansing away this year, which is one of your first good news surprises. And also this would be the cleansing of negative things, cleansing of things that you don't really like. And I also feel like with this, there could be like the release of things that you no longer desire or want. Old things. This could be like doing a deep clean on your house, for example, and then all of a sudden cleansing that out and it just feels completely renewed. This could be completely renewing yourself, especially if you feel like there's anything that you regret or energies that you've picked up on that you're like, I don't want to carry that around anymore. I don't want to carry around this guilt or this regret or this sadness or anything like this. You're going to be going through a massive cleanse and healing where it's almost like you're purifying and renewing yourself and your energy. And no longer are you going to feel the attachments of those old emotions or those old circumstances. Like you're really doing such a deep cleanse where it's no longer going to be kind of part of who you are. You know, when you get to such a new chapter where you're like, that doesn't even feel like it was my life anymore. Like, do you ever have that with certain memories where it's like, that literally feels like a different life? Almost. You're going to get to that space when it comes to other things that you're maybe currently dealing with that you're like, okay, I don't want to carry that around with me anymore. I don't want to feel that energy anymore. You're going to be going through a deep cleanse like that. And then also the smoke can indicate things that are currently confusing us, right? So things that cloud our judgment, things that make us feel like we don't see the bigger picture of something. We don't see the purpose behind something. We kind of feel clouded. And so the cleansing would indicate that there's clarity coming as well in 2026 about any of those confusing things. We also have journey showing up, labyrinth. So if it has also felt like you have been going through a bit of a maze where it feels like any twist and turn that you make, it's like, when am I going to get to the goal? When am I going to get to the finish line? When am I going to get to my target? If you have felt that way, 2026 is going to help you figure out that journey and also figure out the path and realize why certain things have felt stuck before. You're going to gain clarity on that. You're also going to realize big epiphanies that make you quantum leap is another thing that's coming through. Because it almost feels like there's almost smoke clouding the direction that you're meant to go in, and you're kind of just like there's this cloudedness. And then all of a sudden the cloudedness goes away and then you see that direction with clarity and it's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's where I'm supposed to be going. And it's sort of like overcoming cloudedness, overcoming the fear or doubt or anything that's been in the way. And then also with the journey card showing up, immediately I had the feeling that there's going to be a significant trip or some sort of traveling that you might be doing. So that's going to be really fun. That's going to be a nice surprise that's going to come through in this next year. But then on top of that, the labyrinth energy, there's definitely like, you're going to be figuring out the path, even if it's felt confusing up until now. It's like you're figuring out those confusing things. Ooh, and then we have my favorite card in all of tarot, which is the Magician card. I love that this one came up for you. You are evoking your manifesting abilities this year, my group number 4s. The Magician is your ability to utilize your inner magic. It's when you discover that you are so powerful and you use that inner power to then manifest things in the material world. So this is going to be a big manifesting year for you, where you reawaken your magician abilities, especially if you felt disconnected from your magician abilities. You're going to reconnect with your inner magician. Perhaps you're going to start learning more about manifesting, or there's going to be something really big that you have a goal to create and to finish. And it's kind of like you're stepping up to being that master architect of your reality, to begin creating it. And I feel like you're going to be much more confident in your ability to create things this year. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. My group 4s. There's going to be something big that's manifesting, by the way, something that you've been working on for some time, or even thinking about for some time. The Magician card lets me know that you're actually going to be physically seeing the manifestation of it in 2026. So let's see more about what this is and more about those surprises that are coming your way. So we also have, okay, yeah, the hard work, the thing that you are working on right now that you're wanting to see sprout, or you're wanting to see the fruits of your labor. The Seven of Pentacles, you will see the fruits of your labor in 2026. The work that you're putting in right now is going to be paying off and is going to be leading to more abundance and more material things, like physical, tangible progress that you can actually see. Okay, so whatever work you've been putting in towards something, you are going to see physical, tangible progress this year, and you're going to see the manifestation of something really big that you've been working on. So let's go ahead and dive into some more cards here for you, my group fours. This is really exciting. Let's see what else we get, more surprises for my group fours in 2026. I feel like it's almost felt like you've been walking through a labyrinth to try to get to a particular goal. And this is the year where you're no longer going to be walking through that labyrinth. You're going to get through it and find the end. We also have Mirror coming through. This can talk about your self-image, like you might be shifting some things with your self-image. You might be shifting yourself in such a way where all of a sudden your appearance, you're like really proud of your appearance. You might be doing something new with like your hair this year. You might be doing something new with your style, or even perhaps like you've been going to the gym or eating really, really healthy. You're going to start to notice your reflection is different. And actually, I feel like by the end of 2026, you're going to look back on old photos of you and you're going to be like, whoa, I actually look kind of different. I look quite different. There's that feeling that's coming through. By the end of 2026, you're literally going to look in the mirror and be like, I do literally look different than how I used to look. Wow. And it's going to be a very positive feeling, and it's going to evoke the feeling of like, oh, I really like what I've been doing this year for myself. I really like the effort I've been putting into myself, because it's going to be something where, again, you're just really happy and pleased to look in the mirror. And I almost see you at the end of the year looking on an old photo of yourself from the beginning of the year and being like, wow, I've actually changed a lot. We also have expression coming through. Another positive thing for you is just this feeling like you can express yourself more. And also you're going to have things that you're really excited to express, things that you're really excited to talk about. And this could be stories that you're also really excited to tell other people. I see you being out with like friends and things and feeling more expressive than usual, and just having a lot to talk about, a lot to say, a lot of realizations and a lot of stories about things that have happened in your life that you're just really excited to share and talk about. I also see you finding your voice much more, and there could be an opportunity for you to actually use your voice more in 2026. There could be a surprising new opportunity to either write or speak or utilize your expression. Let's see, let's go ahead and get some more cards here. My group fours, all about 2026 and those good news surprises coming your way. Okay, I feel like that card wants to come out too. We have generosity. So you're actually getting to a part of your life of being so much more fruitful, and you might even do some work where it's like some charity work, or like work where you feel like you just want to be more generous because you have more to give. It's like you have more energy to give, even possibly more resources to give, more time. And then we also have the card of miracles showing up as well, which is kind of like when we feel like blessings are coming our way or positive news is coming our way. And there's just seems to be like positive things in our lives. So with that being said, let's go ahead and end off on our Astro Dice to see any last information about the surprises coming your way. So we have Mars in Leo in the 12th house. Woo. So Mars is the planet of action and also drive and motivation and breakthroughs. And then Leo is all about your radiance and your confidence and leading with your heart. And then the 12th house is your subconscious mind. It's also kind of like your energy and your inner beliefs. And so I feel like you're gonna have really big breakthroughs when it comes to your mindset. And it's gonna help you step into more of your confidence and to also lead with your heart, to have breakthroughs of things that once held you back, because Mars is gonna help you kind of like break through that and also help you really move forward, break through obstacles or challenges or things that have kept you stuck. I'm also getting the feeling that with the 12th house, if there was anything that you were once confused on or things that you felt stuck by or limited by and literally didn't see a way out, right? Because we also have this smoke energy and this labyrinth energy where it almost feels like we've been going in circles and haven't been able to find our way out or haven't been able to find our way towards our destination. If you have felt like that at all, Mars in Leo has this energy of creating such a big breakthrough that it's almost like in this labyrinth, you tear down a wall and you're like, I'm just making my way to the finish line. I'm making my way to my goal. And this is also this magician energy as well. And so you're really gonna see a lot of progress this year because you're having a lot of mental breakthroughs, realizations, or even like epiphanies that all of a sudden you find the solution to exactly what you have been asking. Okay, so you're gonna find the solutions to answers, all these different things. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful year, and I'm so excited to see how it all unfolds for you and pans out and all of this, but we have a lot of positive energy going into this year. I felt very positive energy from this reading and this miracle card as well. It's like there's definitely going to be miracles, and it's going to feel like a miracle kind of year in terms of your breakthroughs and things that are going to manifest and all of this. So it looks like it's going to be a really big year for you, actually, my group 4s. And woo, I'm very excited for you. So I'm sending you all so much love. Be sure to join my abundance webinar, Activate Abundance. The link for it is down below, and I cannot wait to see you there. And until next time, bye.